Hey guys, People Close Gamers, back to react to The Flash, Season 3, Episode 1, Flashpoint. So, obviously, by the title of the episode, this is a big deal. They're kind of taking an adaptation, as we all know, of the Flashpoint comic book storyline, and also, to an extent, kind of the TV movie that's now on Netflix, which is good, so you should check that out. But super excited for this episode. Obviously, last season, a whole bunch of stuff happened. Recap that quickly. Zoom ended up being Jay Garrick, who was actually Hunter Zolomon. He tried to basically destroy all the multiverse except this Earth, Earth 1, because it was the prime Earth. He obviously failed. Barry didn't kill him, he defeated him, but the Time Wraiths took Zoom back and seemingly made him into the Black Flash. So super cool things there. I don't know if we'll really see the Black Flash in the season, but there is possibilities. Then obviously at the end of this, Barry could have gotten with Iris, but he's saying he was more broken than ever in his life. Wally, in the episode before, also found out that, Barry was the Flash and things like that. Barry, after the conversation with Iris, goes back in time, saves his mother, creates Flashpoint, seemingly from the one trailer we saw, captures Reverse Flash, changes the entire timeline, basically erases the last 2 seasons. So, don't know what we're going to see in this episode. I imagine from the trailer, like I said before, I really try to stay away from everything except, that one trailer I watched. I didn't watch any promos. I don't watch the end of the episode things anymore, nothing. So I assume we're going to see Wally as Kid Flash in this episode, because I assume in this world, Kid Flash is really the Flash. Wally is the quintessential hero speedster. So I assume we're going to see that, and I assume we're going to see, obviously, both his parents alive that we saw in the trailer, and basically no one else but, Iris, Joe, all those people, Caitlin, Cisco. Nobody knows Barry. I don't think we even seen Caitlin in the trailer, so it'll be very interesting to see where all those characters are, what kind of Easter eggs we get. As always, if I don't catch an Easter egg, please let me know down below. And I'm super excited for this premiere, so without further ado, here we go. Guess can't break old habits, huh? No matter what timeline you're in. Jitters is the place to go. Channel 52, of course. The Rival. Oh. Only as the Rival is once again terrorizing the populace with his. Okay, so the speeds. Does he have his powers? He does. So he still has his powers. Maybe they'll fade as it goes on. And the Rival is the black speedster that everyone, including me, thought was Black Racer. It's the Rival. Very cool. That's cool, launching the energy like that. That's very cool. Kind of an adaptive way of how Barry does it. He saved him. You guys really becoming a pain in my ass. Get him next time, Flash. Does he know? Does he know that's Wally? I don't know. He should. Is he gonna say she dropped it? Is this yours? I think maybe you dropped it. He's feeding Reverse Flash, isn't he? Of course, everyone gets big belly burger in this universe. Ah, you barred. The reason why I'm wearing this shirt, it was appropriate.
There better be curly fries in there. It's a brave new world that you've whipped up for us.
Flashpoint.
I was thinking, Flashpoint. So you don't want... Our common enemy is coming for us both. What common enemy?
Time Wraith?
Time.
Yeah.
It's already screwed. Barry. You'll be begging me to kill her again.
Wow. That's a powerful fucking line. Damn, man, that was awesome. Good conversation. I want more of those. Ah, the perfect life he's always dreamed for. Ever since he was a little boy.
Everything's great.
At this point, since nothing bad has happened, his life is pretty good. At this point, you can't argue with Barry that what he did wasn't right. I'm interested to see how long he's been here, because it seems like he's acclimated. He knew Iris's, pattern of going there and everything else. It seems like he's been here quite a while.
Very reasonably.
Hint, hint, Barry.
You want me to move out?
Wow, so 3 months he's been in the new timeline. Interesting. Poor bastard finally is with his parents, so they want him to move out. So Joe West, not as great with his job. Different kind of man. Apparently maybe a drinker. He's drunk, he won't remember.
You think it's a good idea dating somebody I work with?
It's just a lunch.
She's done it before.
Truthfully, I wasn't even sure you still worked here.
Ooh.
You ready?
Ooh.
Yeah, let's go.
Their family is a little bit different. While Barry's went up, kind of the Wests went down, it seems. Although, Wally, the Flash, so they have something.
Alive and well.
That's something he couldn't say.
Close?
Oh, shit. He's having influxes of the old timeline, isn't he? Yep. When you change time like that, it messes with you.
I'm so sorry. I have to go.
Yeah, because she probably knows.
Yeah, there's something that I have to do. This was rain check, okay?
Anytime.
She probably knows Wally's the Flash, so just like Barry would get out of there when he had a concern, or someone else who knew Barry, same thing with Iris now, the roles are reversed. No pun intended. No, Barry. You could ruin everything.
Wally? Who the hell are you?
Oh, God, Barry, I know you mean well, but that could come with a whole bunch of questions you are not ready to answer. Be very careful there, Barry. But I'm liking this new universe so far. Obviously, it won't be here to stay, but it's really cool to see that, you know, kind of in any universe, I guess him and Iris are destined to be together is what they're writing. But if they can sell it, I'll be okay with it.
A little more secure. I mean, you never know who's going to come walking through that door.
Come on.
Yeah. I was just about to say the same thing.
Star Labs has no security.
Cisco Ramon.
Ah, so he's like the Harrison Wells of this universe that we saw in the trailer, Ramon Industries. Yep. Oh, God. This cocky son of a bitch.
That was the deal.
Okay, listen to me, Mr. Ramon. We need your help. I'm sure you've seen.
You know what happens when you mess with a speedster? That's what happens.
He would know from experience.
Hand going right to your ribcage.
When he's coming in contact with people he knows from the other timeline, that's what seems to be messing with him.
Not sure. Unless.
What?
It has to do with he's power dampening in the box. I like his theme music in the back as this goes on.
From the future, he's not this stupid. Pretty soon, you won't even remember that you're the Flash. And when that happens, this world will become permanent. Time will set like concrete, and nothing will be able to change it back to the way it was.
We know that from Legends.
It's fine by me. You know what you have to do. You have to take me back to that night and let me finish what I started. Oh, God, you're taking
Wow.
both of us there.
Wow, okay, this is what I wanted.
Villain Flash.
Who was the villain? Great acting. Great, was it Matt LaShore or whatever? Excellent acting. Alright, Barry's he's revealing it.
The man who's going to help you stop the rival.
Alright, that's gonna be an interesting development for him, but Barry, you gotta consider Reverse Flash is a son of a bitch, even though I love him, but you gotta consider what he's saying. This is dangerous. That you could lose not only your speed average soon, but everything you've ever known. Are you comfortable with this being your life?
You're Kid Flash. The Flash. Kid Flash. And Cisco's a billionaire. So we were missing something.
Caitlin?
Did you just kidnapped this woman? No, I didn't.
Yes, he did.
I guess I...
He just kidnapped Caitlin Snow, the eye doctor.
Excuse me. Have I been kidnapped?
Unclear.
Unclear is the best answer.
Sorry, I know. I thought they could take me on.
He's obsessive. That's exactly what his name was when he was Jay Garrick's rival.
So who wants to meet the Speed Force first? Hey, stay in position. I can take him. I got this.
Well, Wally's still reckless in this universe. This is kind of the a little bit of the music from the season 2 finale. Damn, there you go, Wally. Kick his ass. Watch your back. Oh God, no! Oh shit! That's why you gotta watch your back, man.
From the suit says he still need help.
Oh, Barry getting a little aggressive. Always a classic Flash shot. There we go. This is good shit. This is a good premiere right now. I am very much enjoying this. Alright, here's this trick of throwing the little lightning in bursts. Or a tornado. Come on, you dealt with this in episode 1. Not 2 tornadoes, though.
This guy's like a weather wizard or something.
Oh my god, damn it. References. Come on, you always get basically a power-up when Iris gives you these kind of speeches. He's forgetting. Come on, you've done this once. You can do it again. Yes, jump to the yellow one, yes! That's exactly what I wanted. Ooh. And just like in episode 1, Joe saved him by shooting the criminal.
Make things right.
Wow, that. Even saying that must have been hard for him. His happiness with his parents. Oh man, I mean, we're totally, once this ends, whatever episode it ends, we're going to totally get such an emotional scene between him and his mom and his dad. I'm going to be really sad. Oh, god damn, I'm not ready.
Barry, you're scaring me.
Not going to cry.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
Not gonna.
Promise.
Oh my god, the sadness.
I love you both.
God damn this fucking show. It's the first episode, Flash Riders. Stop it.
What?
Oh, he wants him to say it.
You know what I need you to do. Yeah. But I want to hear you say it.
He's a son of a bitch, isn't he?
I need you to kill my mother.
Wow.
With pleasure.
That is. Oh.
And I hate you. And I sometimes wonder which of us is right.
He's a little multi-dimensional. I like to see that character of him develop. We've seen that in season 1.
I get to be the hero.
Oh, god damn it. An episode later, we gotta go through it again. There's gonna be like 20 Barrys of reverse flashes in this. Alright. That happens, and then they're both gonna come back and stop this Barry. His mom is gonna be so confused.
She's not.
Oh, that is terrifying. Oh, Nora. No. Oh, god damn it. You gotta make me go through it again. It's like the 4th time now. Oh. He changed something.
I guess you'll just have to wait and find out. What?
He changed something.
See you sometime soon, Flash.
He changed something beside correcting the timeline of killing Nora. He changed something to make Barry's life even worse. He definitely did that, didn't he? Did he kill Iris in this universe?
Where's Iris?
Yup.
That ain't funny. I'm gonna chalk that up to grief. I'll see you both in the morning. What was that about?
Are you kidding me? You know Iris isn't here. What? They don't talk, Barry. You know that.
Okay. So she's alive, but she's not part of this dynamic anymore. He changed something. You can never trust Eobard. Dr. Alchemy, holy shit. So maybe he could still give Edward his powers in this universe, which is still not our correct universe.
No Tomorrow premieres next.
Holy shit. So much stuff going on. Oh, I can't handle this, guys. Alright, guys, so that was my reaction there to Season 3, Episode 1 of the Flashpoint. So just when I think, oh, wow, they're ending the Flashpoint universe fairly quickly in basically one episode, not so fast, because the universe that Reverse Flash brought Barry back to is seemingly similar in the sense that I'm assuming he has his speed. Wally and Joe know him. His dad is dead as well as his mother. All that stuff similarly the same. Zoom, all that stuff happening, except it's a little bit of a deviation that he did something with Iris there that caused now Iris and Joe don't talk anymore. She's thankfully alive, but so we're still not in the same universe, so I assume he's going to have to kind of jump back to that universe as well. So seemingly also becoming a regular segment here on my reactions. Don't know if it will be, but we'll go with main points here of the episode. So again, I would say there are 3 main points of the episode, so I'll just throw them up here on the screen. I would say is our characters. 1 is our characters in the Flashpoint universe. What is that like? I would say 2, it's Barry and kind of personally the effects it's having on him, the Flashpoint universe. And I would say the 3rd point would be the Reverse Flash and the changes that he made. So starting with the first one, yeah, it's great to see, you know, when this in Earth 2 or another Earth or anything else, an alternate timeline in this case, it's great to see where our characters are. So Barry still has his speed. Seemingly, we don't know if his speed would fade away, but we know that his previous life, his memories would fade away to the point where maybe he not only doesn't remember that timeline, which is why I assume maybe he starts forgetting basically who he is, because a lot of who he is, since he's only been here for 3 months, is from the other timeline. So very interesting point there. I think that my favorite part of the whole crew was, you know, we saw Cisco in the trailer. It was great to see him play a little bit different of a character. He still has his quirks, he still has his smarts, but playing that billionaire remote industry. So that was very cool to see. Iris is very similar. She's basically, you know, a journalist. She and Wally are the team. We knew Wally would be the Kid Flash, or the Flash, as he keeps insisting. The fun one for me, the one we didn't know about, was Caitlin. She's an optometrist. You know, an eye doctor, so that was very cool to see, that she has little pieces of Caitlin in there, but she's still not the same. A doctor is not just, you know, the same as another doctor, so that I thought was very funny. Joe is probably the most radically different in this universe. He's a drinker. He really doesn't care about his job. He's not even in touch with his kids. He didn't know Wally was a Flash. He doesn't really talk to him or Iris, like, very much, it seems, even though he did care about Wally at the end. So that was cool how it affected them. Obviously, Barry's parents being alive and being kind of the couple they probably were in our universe before the both of them tragically died, even before she died specifically, you know, as they were a couple. And, you know, just kind of the everyday things of them loving each other, but, you know, still his mom wondering, you know, why have you been hugging me these last 3 months, which is weird to say, because this Barry, our Barry, has only been there for 3 months, but in their universe, some form of Barry has been there. So it's very weird how time travel works. You know, even Wally mentioned, no, I know who I am. So it's very interesting to see that these people actually have only existed for 3 months, but then not really. So time travel is very weird. It was also funny to see that Barry's been working so hard to be with his mom, be with his father, and just like typical parents, he's probably 26, 27 years old, they're like, when are you moving out? So it's like this poor bastard, he finally is with them, wants to be around them all the time, and then they want him to move somewhere else, not so subtly hinting. So, you know, I thought that was very funny there. Obviously, this universe as well, we see, what was his name, Edward Claris. He is the rival in comic books. He is, and I'm not big in a depth, you know, in knowledge of DC Comics specifically, but I know he's the rival to Jay Garrick. He's basically his Reverse Flash. He's extremely obsessive. I would say you could even argue more than Reverse Flash. I don't think he's as smart as Reverse Flash or anything else. He seemed pretty incredibly powerful. I mean, you know, he beat Wally. Wally's been having trouble with him even before that. He gave Barry a run for his money and did beat him temporarily before, you know, he gets an Iris speech or things like that. So I thought, you know, that was an interesting point. Just the overall aesthetic is a lot of things are the same. It seems like Barry's life, all those years that, you know, existed before the 3 months, he still has knowledge of them. They're still basically the same, but there's these slight changes. Maybe the 3 month mark. I doubt Joe's, you know, drinking started at that point. So there's these slight variations. So, you know, I thought that was very, very interesting. The second point, definitely Barry being affected by the universe, not only emotionally, because his parents are alive, you know, at the end they're feeling horrible about getting Wally injured. He doesn't have his best friends, you know, Caitlin or Cisco. he has a connection with Iris. She feels it, but it's not the same way. Look, it took him 3 months, the courage to ask her, out. So there's definitely things that have affected him in that way. Also, physically, they're affecting him. He's losing his other timeline, and it's actually wearing on him to the point when he comes out of it, he really doesn't remember what happened, what he was talking about. So, and obviously with that, with everything that was happening, Wally getting injured and Reverse Flash kind of getting in his head in a way and going, this is not our universe and everything else, and just mainly the repercussions that timeline might not exist anymore, he was like, all right, I need to go back and do that. The third point I think I would definitely touch on here is the Reverse Flash and his changing of the timeline. You knew he would have something up his sleeve in that power dampening box for 3 months. You know he hates Barry. You know he wants the old universe back, and he would help Barry to a degree, but especially with Barry being weak the way he was, you knew that he was you can't trust him. And that, that's what makes him a great character, a great villain. And, I'm always, happy to see him on the show, whether it is Tom Cavanaugh playing him a little differently, or I think it's Matt Lesher, something like that. Correct me below. Put the pronunciation down below. But he's great. Obviously I wasn't sure of him at first, like everyone, because we had Tom Cavanaugh. He was a Reverse Flash. He was perfect. But he's a little bit different of a Reverse Flash. If you understand what I mean, just in the way he delivers it a little bit, he's a little more psychotic, where he's more like a psychopath in a way, even though he still has his intelligence, where I see Tom Cavanaugh as Reverse Flash as more of a sociopath. So there is little subtle differences in there, but the overall character obviously is the same person. So you knew he would change something. He obviously affected something specifically with Iris. We'll have to see what other iterations happen. We're kind of in the Flashpoint 2.0 basically universe here next week. I don't know how long Flashpoint is going to last. I know for a fact producers, I couldn't avoid that during the summer, came out and said it will not be the entire season. I don't think it'll even be half the season. If you know down below, don't tell me. I don't want to know how long it's going to last. It makes reactions better. But I'm guessing maybe this episode and the third episode, and at the end of the third episode it goes back to reality, and maybe some of the characters get brought over, kind of how Barry affecting the timeline made Piper from a villain to a hero. So I think there'll be a little bit of things. I mean, we still see there at the end, it looks like Dr. Alchemy is somehow maybe going to give Edward Claris the powers of the rival. So he still, as I hoped, is still going to exist. I don't know if he died when Joe shot him, but it seems like maybe we can get him as kind of a regular, once every 10 episodes kind of villain. It doesn't have to be a season villain, but that was something I would really like to see as a true rival. Kind of, after Captain Cold went to Legends, we didn't have a regular kind of Flash villain that we actually cared about. So it would be nice to see that. I would really like it. The guy played a good part. He was extremely obsessive, extremely powerful. Great. If I had to nitpick this episode, and I don't want to always focus it on Iris, and it's nothing against Candace Patton and her acting. It's just the writing. It's not bad. I want to see these two comic book characters together, in Iris and Barry. I want to see them together. Kind of unlike a certain CW show where we didn't get two comic book characters together, but anyway, not to go off on that tangent. So I want to see them together. I do believe Grant Gustin and Candace Patton have some chemistry. But it's like we get more screen time with them, and we get a lot. But it's like we get more screen time as their brother and sister relationship, or even as friends, more than as a couple romantic, like in a romantic relationship. And, let me know if you have those same feelings down below, where it's like I want to believe it, and I think it could happen. It could exist. It could really work. It's just that it seems sometimes a little bit forced. Like in this episode, I understand Iris saying that, there is another timeline so that she could feel that there's something wrong with the timeline, there's something missing, and obviously Barry showing his speed is pretty, he's not lying, pretty evident he's not lying. However, Wally and Cisco, they were very hesitant on the whole timeline aspect, and bang, Iris believes him. And then, kisses him at the end of the episode, enough that she believes him. So I understand there's hints throughout the episode, there's reason for her to believe. It just seems sometimes like it's a little bit like she's too quick to believe him. Going out on a date with him really it wasn't like, oh, that was forced or something else. Maybe, you know, not only was he friendly and kind of a little bit of a bumbling idiot, but, you know, he's a good-looking guy. You know, as she said, he was cute. So it's pretty easy that, you know, Barry, you see he's a nice guy. You see maybe he's a little intelligent. He dresses well, and he's a good-looking dude, that he means well. That, yeah, I think she would go on a relationship with him, even though she said she felt like some connection. She never says yes when a guy asks her, and she did here. So I want to see more of Iris going forward. I think Iris season 1 had a lot of problems. There were some moments, but a lot of problems. I thought season 2, Iris was great. I thought she was absolutely great. I think they took a lot of the problems from season 1. They fixed them in season 2. She became more of a badass. You know, holding a gun all the time, making decisions. Was there for Barry in other ways besides romantically. Obviously, you've seen in this episode, even Flashpoint Iris gives Barry inspiration to kick ass and remember who he is, like in the Grodd episode in season 1. So that seems like always a point we're going back to. It's just, I want them to have more screen time romantically. I don't know if we're going to get that now, at least not yet, now that there's something happened to her in the sense that she doesn't talk to Joe anymore. In this timeline that Reverse Flash changed. But overall, guys, that's my thoughts here on episode 1 of season 3, Flashpoint. Let me know what you thought, you know, down in the comments below. Did you like the episode? Did you not like the episode? Is there any other main points that I didn't bring up in, you know, when I had the list up that you would like to address down below? Any other Easter eggs that I missed? Without spoilers of episodes or things like that, you know, let me know comic book wise what you know about Dr. Alchemy, what you know about the Rival. I would love to, you know, hear your thoughts and learn more about those characters. What do you think it's going to stand for them going forward? The two of those characters, the Rival and Dr. Alchemy, in our universe going forward. How are we going to get back to our original timeline? What specifically, Iris-wise or anything else, is changed in this Flashpoint kind of 2.0 Take-Two universe that we have here? What did the Reverse Flash do? How is Barry going to change it? And, you know, any other thoughts, Easter eggs you caught, and feelings you had for this episode? Definitely let me know them down below. And also let me know what you think's in store for next week. But obviously, if you watch the promo, don't let me know. But give me your predictions, your theories. If you're like me and you didn't watch anything, let me know them down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends if you'd be so kind. And until next episode of The Flash, which is so great to say finally, thanks for watching.